Yeah,
They will be asking me, no?
Good afternoon, Father.
no, it's one for that.
Good afternoon, Percy, and every one of you.
You are on the way.
No. I have stopped here. I'm near the. In fact, I have to be, as I told you, I'm waiting
Yes.
in hospital only. But I'm going to attend from here. Don't worry
Yeah.
about this. I'm going to attend from my car only. Okay, I'm connected.
Okay.
Don't
No
worry
worries.
about it.
Yes, Father.
We need to make adjustment, no?
Hello, Percy.
Hello.
Hi, Sudesh. Hi, Gauri.
Hello, Alakati. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We'll begin in a few minutes, just 5 minutes remaining, and we can, start. We are waiting for Dr. Rao to join.
So she joined in between. I don't know where she has gone.
I can't see her.
She's on mute. She has joined.
Has she? Has she joined, Dr. Rao?
Yeah, I can see her screen. I mean, continue connecting to audio, something like that.
Yeah. She's connecting to audio. So then all are there. Just tell me if everybody is there. And then 22 attendees already. There are 22 attendees, right? So time. 22. Yeah, so let's start, right?
I think 4 more minutes to go.
Yes, Gauri, we'll start in 4 minutes.
That's
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you all to this webinar, The Pandemic Impact, What Next for Inclusive Education. As a brief introduction to the hosting organization, Sangat is a non-for-profit organization which is now in its 25th year. From a small one-bedroom child development clinic in North Goa, we have transformed ourselves into an important public health research organization with work spanning the life course, from early child development and developmental disability to the afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you all to this webinar, The Pandemic Impact, What Next for Inclusive Education.
You are all muted.
Percy and Megan, you're muted.
Hosts a number of projects, of which the Beyond Boundaries project has been working extensively on inclusive education. As a child development center, Sangat had always worked in the area of supporting inclusion. However, from the early activities of providing remediation, we adapted our vision to support schools to become more competent in supporting true inclusion.
Percy and Megan, you're muted.
Megan is talking. Can you not hear?
Projects of which the Beyond Boundaries project has been working extensively on inclusive education. Since March 2020, the world had always worked in the area of supporting inclusion. However, from the early activities of providing remediation, we adapted our vision to support schools to become more competent in supporting true inclusion.
Megan is talking. Can you not hear?
There is a lot of echo.
Percy, I'm really sorry, but we cannot hear much. Percy, I'm really sorry, but there is something very wrong with Megan's mic. We are hearing a huge feedback, echoing, repeating of context.
I'll just check. Can you just check?
Apologies to all. This was working pretty well 5 minutes ago before we started. So there might be a little bit of organizational adjustments. But yeah, we'll just see how that works out. Otherwise, maybe Percy could just take over the the managing.
Yeah, Gauri, I'll just check and take over because Megan has already almost finished.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, it's quite clear.
Okay, I'll just continue from where I last dropped off. Since March 2020, the world has been transformed and the pandemic has thrown up fresh challenges in the school environment with more acute challenges for children with disabilities. We thought that it would be a good time to bring together a panel to discuss the impact of pandemic and the steps ahead for inclusive education. Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, it's quite clear.
Okay, I'll just continue from where I last dropped off. Since March 2020, the world has been transformed and the pandemic has thrown up fresh challenges.
See, there is some real problem here with Megan being recorded and it playing back. So I really think that there's something in that room which is not happening right.
Maybe
you
we can stop the recording, I suppose, from there. Just stop it.
But she can start, no? But it's okay.
Yeah, Percy, why don't you please take over this? I think that just might be the easiest thing.
Yeah, so I will take over. Give me a couple of minutes. So friends, extremely sorry for this little technical glitch that came in the way. I welcome you all once again to this webinar, and I'm really pleased to have an eminent group of panelists with us today. These include Professor Sudesh Mukhopadhyay, the former chairperson of the Rehabilitation Council of India, HOD of the Department of Inclusive Education, National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration, and former director of SCRT New Delhi. We also have Mrs. Aloka Goa, the founding chairperson of the National Trust for Welfare of Persons with Autism, Cerebral Palsy, Mental Retardation, and Intellectual Disabilities. She's also the former controller of examinations for the RCI India. Dr. Indumati Rao, the chairperson of Global Partnerships for Disability, initiated by the World Bank Fund, and regional advisor to the CBR Networks Bangalore. We have Father Pio Furtado, headmaster of Father Agnel High School and manager of Father Agnel High Secondary School, Philar, Goa. Mr. Tulsidas Desai, the principal of Murgaon High School, Vasco. He's also on the advisory board of Madgaon Schools Complex Society, Margaon, Goa. And our very own Dr. Gauri Diwan, the director of Child Development Group at Sangha. Well, friends, let's not to waste time, let's immediately begin the first round of the discussion. This whole discussion is going to be divided into 2 rounds, which I will moderate. And after that, we will have a short presentation on the outcomes of our Beyond Boundaries project. And Megan will take you through the work of the Beyond Boundaries, very briefly take you through the work of the Beyond Boundaries project later on in the afternoon. Before I begin the question round, I would like to inform our panelists that I will give them a gentle reminder when their time is up. They have 5 minutes for each question, and I will just at about 4 minutes, I will give them a gentle reminder. So my first question is for Dr. Gauri. Dr. Gauri is a developmental pediatrician, director of Sanghat's Child Development Group. She has been leading work in developing and evaluating interventions for early child development and developmental disabilities and adolescent health. Gauri, the first question is for you. Could you please describe to us the importance of schools on student well-being? As I mentioned, you have 5 minutes to present your response.
Yeah, so thank you, Percy. First of all, I'm quite honored and humbled to be on this very eminent panel. I mean, everybody here has really done such tremendous work that I feel I might be a little bit of an imposter. But I can talk more generally around, the importance of schools. And I think one of the aspects, particularly, I think, in the context of India, is we look at schools from this very narrow perspective of rote learning. This is what people and the attitude in schools is, that this is really what children need to do. They need to learn, they need to gain knowledge. But I think schools really support children in multiplicity of ways, particularly when we think of vulnerable children. And I think the first thing is really that for many, many children in our country, schools support and provide a safe and secure environment for children. So for many children, this is often one of the only places that they can get away from very adverse conditions at home. So this is just really, it serves a very important function, which in some ways buffers stress, which then